How's it going, everybody? My name is Tanner Sullivan. I'm the founder of Grapple Growth Consulting, and today I'm going to be going over the major phases of learning any skill, with a primary focus in entrepreneurship and like how to approach learning any online skill based off of the limiting factors that you encounter first. And a lot of these will overlap with other skills, but we'll just get right into it. So you've decided you want to learn a specific thing, and to be competent at anything requires a lot of effort naturally. I think the first question would be, why do you want to do that thing? Is it because of this specific outcome? If it's business related, it'll probably be the outcome of money. And that's a pretty logical, pretty normal want as a person, right? A lot of times people get it stuck in their head that they can't make money or they can't learn a skill because a lot of the primary uh, limiting beliefs is around something that is attached to their own ego. So with money, some people believe certain things that just automatically restrict what they think is possible. An example would be an older person who thinks that making money is impossible, or someone who thinks that you can't learn how to fight. When the reality is, if you put enough time into something and that something has an outcome of X, it's unreasonable to think that with enough time put into that thing, you cannot achieve that outcome. A good example is one of my passions is jujitsu. If you train for a year straight, you practice an hour a day, you're going to get pretty good. And it's unreasonable to think that you couldn't improve and tap someone new coming in a year later. That's like acceptable common sense. And the same thing would be if you practiced piano for an hour a day for a year, it's common sense that you would become, or at least reach a certain level of competency, like being able to play a song. And I firmly believe that the same thing is true in business. And though I have not reached a level of wealth yet that I could live on, I'm excited and hopeful for the future. And these are my experiences so far. So context, I'm in the military. I had to go through this entrepreneurial journey for the past year and a half, and this is kind of the same trajectory, the same things I took note of. By the way, we start off any skill with complete ignorance. I would compare it to a knowledge black hole, where you need to learn everything and it's seemingly directionless. So at first, in any given topic, it seems like you're just learning and taking in all this information, no matter what you do. And it's never ending. And you learn one skill and there's another thing you have to learn. And it just continuously it feels like it's never ending. And you're kind of just in this pit of learning, depending on how familiar you are with a certain subject. So in my case, persuasively writing or copywriting. That's the first thing I started studying. But I was so ignorant at the time that I didn't even know how to put the words on a website. I didn't comprehend that there were different website builders. And each website builder, you had to become familiar with each different one to make something that looks not bad. So I probably went through 3 or 4 different website builders, and I finally just decided, you know what, learning website builders, I cannot be jack of all trades. I need to focus and get really good at one. So I decided just to put all my time into a software called High Level, and then I started getting better and better with that software. And it when you are in this knowledge black hole phase, it seems like it's hopeless almost, depending on what situation you're in. But you need to keep learning and keep studying. Uh, this is one of those phases where you could be doing anything or have any type of job. Like even if I'm in the military, if we have downtime, I'm studying in my phone, I'm studying in my notebook. I'm finding time to study, 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 study. Um, and that kind of gets you past phase one. The second one would be as you're learning about that specific field, you start to unlock or like open up and identify opportunities. So with those opportunities, like say you keep learning about it, you start identifying points of how you can help a business in with this skill you're learning. So you could be like, oh, okay, if I write better this, I can get more or I could save them time and write their newsletters or something, or I could rewrite their sales page. And you just start picking up these opportunities and identifying that, okay, in the future I could do that. So you pick up a lot of these and you start kind of pigeonholing yourself in this certain direction of, okay, well, with these skills I can help this business do X, and you keep going down that path. Okay. Now after that, the next thing would be learning the mechanism to onboard and service clients. So as you're continuously learning and getting better and better, you'll then go to the phase, which this can have its own problems too, is how to onboard clients, how to service clients, how to fulfill the skills you're promising, and understanding the software you're going to use, and whether or not you need an LLC. Do you want to go ahead and get your business bank account set up? All these things can seem overwhelming, but a lot of it is just doing it. And you're still learning and acquiring these skills and making yourself more valuable to businesses. And this is one of the hurdles. Like Alex Ramosi goes over one thing that gave him a hiccup in his like later. I say early, but he was making so much money at that time compared to a lot of us, and it was payment processing. If you don't have a way to process money, you're kind of like you haven't even set the foundation for you to function as a business. So that would be the third thing, is learning to the mechanism to onboard and service clients. And that's one of the phases that I went through of just getting all my stuff in order to be able to feel confident that I can um, take on clients and process them, fulfill them, I should say. Then we're gonna get into number 4. The next part, it's pretty hard, is finding the clients from free value and maybe convert to performance-based payment on outstanding results where everyone wins if they agree. Beginner to commission-based. So I like this a lot. And this kind of gave me a lot of peace knowing that I could give free value to a local business and not feel bad about sucking. I had to give myself permission to just be bad. And I practiced and did this for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months on a business. I had to walk into a business and say, hey, I own a marketing agency, but I'm willing to work for free. In this instance, I exchanged a free martial arts membership for my services. So it made me feel like I could, okay, sweet, I could practice and get results. And I ended up getting this client 24% growth in 90 days just from implementing automation, SEO, and website design. And like some business principles that I had studied from $100 million offers and $100 million leads, and his business grew by 24% in 90 days. So that was like a proof of concept. All this studying wasn't for nothing. So that takes out number 4. Number 5 would be, as we said before, serving the clients and reaching results. Steady improvement and to get over the wall, it is a necessity to have the goal be progress. So in any of these phases, you're going to, maybe depending on you, I don't know about you, but I had a lot of anxiety about failure and about not being able to be good enough. But it's unreasonable to think that you can't get that same result, to get the result related to that outcome if they're connected. Like Alex Ramosi says it best. Um, it doesn't matter if you do the inputs that equal that output, it will just happen. So you just cannot give up. It's just continuing to do that without jumping to another opportunity. So that kind of ties that one up. So yeah, you have to be okay with playing the game and focusing on progress. Except like think in your head, I'm committing this for a year, 2 years. That's the level of commitment you have to be okay with being bad, or at least not achieving that result. Because with enough time put into one thing, you'll eventually just equal that outcome that you want, and then it would just keep growing and growing and growing. You don't need that much to be self-sustaining as far as business and income is considered, right? So then we'll go ahead and go to go ahead and knock this out. And again, these are my experiences, at least when it comes to dealing with entrepreneurship, especially in the military. And I had to pick a route where it didn't matter the hours or what time of day I was able to work. I had to be able to work around a military schedule. So that's kind of the focus and the point of picking something that you can do in your current situation until it can pull you out of it. All right, one important thing, I actually had a mentor, jujitsu, one of my jujitsu coaches. This will go over this concept. It's solving multiple problems and apply multiple resources to where even if they want to replace you, they can't without spending crazy amounts of money. Be the best that you can be, and you focus on growing together. So if you can make your value undeniable, if getting rid of you and what you've set up means something tangible to them, then they're not just going to get rid of you whenever it gets convenient, because they're going to have this fee and they're going to have a bad month. And if they're paying you $300 a month, $500 a month, whatever, and they have a bad month, you need to have your system, not you and the resources you provide. They have to be able to not churn you out of their processes. You have to become a necessity. You have to become needed. And if you just write a newsletter and that's all you do, you're probably one of the first things to get cut off. But if you are the entire foundation of how they're getting clients, and you've proven that you are covering your own worth and more, and like much more, you're going to have recurring clients, 10, 20, 30 clients, each paying you 300 to $500 a month. And that just depends on the business model you want. I primarily do website SEO and automation, and I that's like the foundation and of like the services. And if they want to go further with more services, they can either ask me, and they've already built trust, and they want to pay me more because I did a good job, or I can refer someone that I know that is specialized in that area. So that's one cool thing, is don't be replaceable. Please don't be replaceable. It was funny. I asked again that same guy, and I was like, "What do you think about this?" And he's like, "What happens when you build a website and then they just do it themselves after?" And I was like, "Man, that's a good point. That's a good point." So I kind of oriented of how to make my services, my offer, in like business terms, sticky, no churn. Um, that's a very important concept to hit on. Then an important thing too, once you've given this free value and even converted them to a paying client, you're then going to take their testimonials, and then you're going to tell the world. You shouldn't come off too salesy, but be genuinely helpful in what you offer to people. This is the phase I'm in now. 2 to 3 guaranteed clients, 300 to $500 a month range, and I'll be streamlining my operations from here, whether that's me getting more clients, outsourcing certain tasks like the actual website and SEO itself, and all I'm focused on is sales calls, or I hire someone and outsource the cold calling, and um, they'll give me the work to do, but I'll be the operator over everything and just outsourcing. So that would be, I guess 7 and 8 are combined, right? But you need to get testimonials, you need to ask for referrals, and then you need to tell the world. This is the phase I'm in right now. This is why I'm making this channel and building my personal brand early at 22, as Alex Hermosi highly recommended. And I think it's a very valid point. If I can prove my worth to you guys, or people who I call and they're like, "Who is Tanner Sullivan?" and they can see this YouTube channel and see that this is what I'm doing, that this is the purpose. It's to add trust, right? It's to create trust. And yeah, so that actually knocks off green for 7 and 8. My like one-on-one direct offer is me doing those services, like I said, website, SEO, automation, and I work with businesses and help them grow, almost acting like a consultant in a way while I'm doing these done for you services. And I become their, like, I guess, go to website update, SEO, get them clients sort, right? To them, I become really needed, my core offer at the moment. And then what I also do is, well, at the lowest level of value is I'm going to be posting content on YouTube. And that's going to be just absolutely free, no catch, just helping or sharing my story. And if it helps someone, great. If it doesn't, go to the next channel. But what I also do is I host this community on school where I'll just read it out real quick. So the mini caption over here is learn local business growth with online skills, website, SEO, social media, automation. software, referrals, school group hosting, and 24/7 support. So that's what I do right there. And me reading this out, I'll just go ahead and read this. Learn and apply the online skills needed for any local business's growth. Proven strategies are covered in the community that have grown a business by 24% in 90 days. Digital foundation, build and enhance your website, increase website traffic, increase online presence, and employ automation to convert visitors into customers. And when you go and check this link, you can read the rest. The first 150 members, they get lifetime access to this. And after that, given that I'm doing a done with you service in this case, it'll be for the 151st member after that, it'll be $5 to $10 a month. And it's a combination of my instruction and consolidated resources from YouTube that allowed me to get this same result. And I'll essentially be answering your questions as you're either doing this for your own business or helping another business do the same thing. More like the technical side of applying website SEO and automation to a business. So that's why I feel comfortable charging $5 to $10 per month. It's not a course. I really don't have a course. I have this space where business owners network with each other and they all help each other grow. And I think that's an important thing to note. All the information, none of the information is paywalled. I'm going to have everything on this channel. It's also on here and all the other resources online that I'll consolidate for you on your behalf to save you hundreds of hours and save you thousands of dollars. If you're a business and you don't want to spend thousands of dollars on marketing, this community is for you. If you are interested in business in any capacity, like owning a local business or helping a local business grow in any capacity, this community is for you. I'll do my best to add value. I'll answer questions, provide free resources. We'll have at least weekly at some point Zoom meetings where we can walk through issues together and solve them. And yeah, I'm going to make it as valuable as possible. Right now there's 91 members, so there's 59 slots left. But after that, it'll have to switch to pay due to my time being invested to every person in the community. And we'll be bringing on experts to talk to, and it'll go from there. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I hope this was valuable in some way. I'll keep improving on videos, and thank you for your time. Please have a good day.